Hey, everybody, this is Rick Ray, and I teach new traders how to build consistently profitable Forex trading strategies. And in today's video, we're going to look at the potential next big move of gold. And of course, I'll share my pending orders with you on gold and the major currency pairs. And yes, it's time again for the regular weekly analysis, which I do every Sunday before the market opens on the following Monday. This week, starting on the 27th of October, going all the way through to Halloween Day, the 31st of October, 2025. So let's jump in and get started. The first thing, of course, we look at is the forexfactory.com calendar. That's our go-to website. And as you can see on the calendar, we have a full week of high impact news items coming out. So be sure and check the website for your local times. The main one that we want to be concerned about if you trade gold or the major US pairs, and that is the FOMC on Thursday at 1 a.m. in Southeast Asia. And that's when it's projected that the interest rate on the US dollar will be lowered by 25 basis points. No real surprise there. We are expecting that, and it's very likely that it will be as forecast. And then there are some tentative items on the Japanese economy. Those are always tentative, but usually released after the opening of the Tokyo market on Thursday. And then we have some other items on the U.S. economy, and those might be released or might not be released. They're showing as tentative, and that's because of the U.S. government shutdown. Just be sure and check forexfactory.com for your local times. And now looking at last week's orders that I shared with you, and I had a buy limit on Bitcoin at 105,000. And as you can see, it never came down to that level. The pending order never opened, but it did start to move up on Monday and went up pretty well and then came right back down to where it was on Monday. And then we had this massive move up, some kind of knee-jerk reaction, moved up about $6,000 or $7,000 in 4 hours. And then over the next 8 hours, dropped right back down another $6,000 or $7,000. Oh, the crazy moves that we see on Bitcoin. But the last 4 or 5 days, it started to move more normal, and it's now making a move to higher prices. It looks like we're going to get up to 112,000 as I'm making this video on Sunday. As you know, crypto trades 24/7. So I do have a buy limit. Let's see that for you, and I'll share that with you in the pending orders. But this is where we stand at the moment with Bitcoin trading at 111,600 and change. And then what I shared with you on the major pairs last week, the Euro US was a buy market execution order, and you really had to be watching your charts. And if you took that order, hopefully you had a trailing stop because it didn't move up very much. We only got 25 pips out of the Euro US. For the odd US, that was also a buy market execution. That one did a little bit better than the Euro US and went up and even continued into the next day on Tuesday for a good total of 34 pips of profit on the odd US. The New Zealand US did even better than the Euro and the odd, and it started off on Monday. It came back a little bit on Tuesday, but then continued its bullish run and closing just before the close of the US session on Friday, we got 59 pips out of the New Zealand US. The pound US going the opposite direction of the other major pairs. It did start off bullish on Monday, and that was a buy limit. It came down, hit the buy limit, and we got 30 pips on that one. The USD CAD, if you remember, that was no trade because of the conflicting signals that I have on the day chart and the H4 chart, the 4-hour chart. So there's no trade on the USD CAD. The UJ, well, there's been a lot of uncertainty and volatility in the Japanese market with the election of the new prime minister a couple of weeks ago. And then we've got all this very important news coming out this week. So still a lot of volatility with the movement of the Japanese currency. We did have a sell order on the USD JPY, and that gave us 34 pips only on the first day before it turned around, went absolutely ballistic, the wrong direction throughout the rest of the week. And then what did gold do? Oh boy, amazing gold, eh? I had a buy limit on that. It came down and hit that. The buy limit was at 42.20. It came down to 42.18 and then just took off. And Monday was just a stellar day for gold. 1,600 pips. but that was all she wrote. And then the next day was the largest drop in history for gold. It dropped nearly $400 over the next 2 days. Unbelievable, just amazing. And this is the reason, guys, let me bring out the point here, why we use the stop loss. You know, gold has been bullish, 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 going crazy. A new all-time high, 43.80. So if you're buying during the U.S. market and you're buying big, trading big lots, and you just wake up the next day and it starts to go down. If you got no stop loss on your long trades, on your buy trades, you got whacked. I mean, this kind of a move, you could have blown your entire account if you were not using a stop loss. Because gold has been bullish for so long and everybody's just in that mode, buy, buy, buy. But you must always protect your account, always protect your capital with a stop loss. And this is the exact reason why. Things can just turn around very, very quickly and dramatically in a big way, and you can end up with a big loss. But this was a stellar trade. We had this one 1,600 pips if you traded one lot in one day. That was $16,000. So what can we expect from gold in this upcoming week? Well, that's what we're going to look at now with my pending orders that I share with you every week in this weekly analysis. Hey guys, before I share my pending orders with you, I just want to remind new people to the channel, if you are new here, be sure and subscribe and click the little bell so you'll be notified when I make these videos. And if you are following and you find these videos useful, they do help you with your Forex trading, just let me know in the comments below. And if you're a new Forex trader and you're looking for a global regulated broker with low spreads, fast executions, fast withdrawals, all the bells and whistles, MT4, MT5, Tradingview, all of it, I'd be happy to welcome you to my Tickmill team. Tickmill is my preferred broker. I'll also add you to my Telegram group where you can get daily advice and suggestions and chat with other traders. The link for that is below this video. So I'll jump over to my other chart that I have, and this is also on the 4-hour time frame, and we'll look at Bitcoin first. These are the pending orders that I have in place for this upcoming week. Bitcoin is a buy limit at 110,000. You can see it looks like it's trying to break above this trend line, and it might just keep going. But be patient, sit on your hands, wait for a retracement, wait for a pullback. We do have good, strong support here at 110,000. So I have a buy limit on Bitcoin at 110,000. Then we'll look at the major pairs. And this is the Euro US, and I have a buy limit on the Euro US with the entry price at 1.1620. And it's not very far away from that where it closed on Friday. The take profit at 1.1700. Buy limit on the Euro US. Then looking at the odd US, I have a buy limit on the odd US with the entry price at 0.6505, the take profit at 0.6550. And again, that one is also very close to the projected pending order, the buy limit for the odd US. The New Zealand US is also a buy limit with the entry price at 0.5740. The pound US is a sell limit. This one, be careful with this one, guys. This one I'm not too certain about. The pound has been going opposite directions from the other major pairs. So that's why I have a sell limit on it this time. It's very unusual that I would go opposite with this one. Usually all of the major pairs trend in the same direction. So this one, be sure and use low risk if you do take this trade. The pound US is a sell limit with the entry price at 1.3320 and the take profit at 1.3250. And then the USD CAD is no trade again. All right, with the craziness that's going on in North America between the US and Canada, the policy making that's up and down all over the place. You know, Trumpty Dumpty last week saying he got pissed off about something and canceled all trade negotiations with Canada. And then a couple of days later, he comes out and says, well, I'm going to put on another 10% tariffs on Canada, blah, blah, blah. So it's better, you know, we can trade plenty of other things. I'm just no trade on the USD CAD. Enough said about that. And then the UJ, I'm also taking no trade on this one. All right, because there's so much news coming out. There's been a lot of volatility, as you can see, just in the last 2 or 3 weeks with the election of the new prime minister. All of the high impact news is coming out this week. So it's better just to sit on our hands with this one, wait and see how this one unfolds, and then maybe have a trade next week on the UJ. All right, let's go up and look at everybody's favorite. That's gold. What in the world is gold going to be doing, and what level am I watching? Look at this crazy volatility that we've had in the last 10 trading days. But now it's consolidating here along this level here where it is now. And with the lowering of the interest rates on the US dollar, which is projected to be this week, and no surprise there, that's almost a sure thing. Okay, nothing is certain, but it's very, very likely there will be a lowering of the interest rates on the US dollar, and that's good for gold. And we got the inflation data, which came out last week, and you saw gold already starting to move up to slightly higher prices. We closed at 41.11 after making lower prices previously. But with that new inflation data, which was a little bit high at 3%, but it's manageable. All right, so they're likely to continue with the lowering of the interest rate. That's good for gold. So I don't have a pending order on this one. I'm going to buy market execution, because typically the Asian Pacific market will continue on what has been happening from the previous Friday in the U.S. closing session. And we've got this bullishness from the previous U.S. closing session, and I'm expecting to see a continuation of higher prices. So just let the Asian Pacific market open, see what the directions is going to be, and likely that the trend will be set during the Asian Pacific market, and we're likely to see a continuation all day Monday of higher prices on gold. So I have a buy on gold with a take profit at 4,200, and that's the level I'm watching. If we can break above 4,200, and we're not far from that now. I mean, only $89 away from that now. And for gold, that's nothing lately. You know, $100 a day for the last 10 weeks is what it's been moving. So 4,200 is the level I'm watching. If we can hit that and break above it, then we're definitely going to be seeing higher prices. And Morgan Stanley, one of the big, hedge fund managers in the U.S., projects that we are going to see a continuation of this bullishness of gold into 2026. So gold being bullish, what do I say always? Look for an opportunity to buy. If you get downward moves like this, don't short, don't sell gold. Just sit on your hands and wait, because gold is still bullish on the long-term charts. So with gold being bullish, look for an opportunity to buy. And I have a market execution order for Monday, the 27th of October. I will buy gold when the Asian Pacific market opens, and with my take profit at 4,200. Okay, everybody, that's a wrap for this week. I hope that these pending orders that I share with you will help you to be profitable in your trading of Forex. Let me know what is your biggest struggle in Forex trading, and I'll make a video about it next. So until next week's weekly analysis, don't forget, be kind to yourself, be kind to others.